Gawker, which pioneered a more stinging level of online gossip, often media gossip, is now rebranding itself as a political website. To divine the deeper meaning here, return to Lola Ogunaki, an anchor for Arise TV in New York, and Amy Argersinger, a Washington Post editor who once handled the paper's gossip column. Lola Ogunaki, does Gawker getting out of the media and cultural gossip business mean that gossip is now very, 2009?
It does mean that gossip is 2009, but it also means that the election is far more interesting than anything that could be happening on the media landscape today. So, of course, they've decided to throw their hat into the election ring, because what bigger story is there than election 2016?
It's huge, to quote somebody who's part of that campaign. Amy,
I think I know that guy.
Amy, Gawker kind of specialized in mockery and snark. I'm sure we'll see some of that. But it pledged to become 20% nicer after that incident when Gawker apologized for a story outing a Condé Nast executive who is allegedly seeking to buy sex from a gay porn star. So do you think that's a factor in this evolution of politics?
Well, I think snark's not going to go away. This is what so much of internet content was built on over the past 10 or 12 years. However, it has gotten harder to make money off of snark. Social media has really changed the dynamic. People may love to read bitchy news stories, but in terms of what they're going to share on Facebook or Twitter, they want to look like nice people. They want to present themselves as nice people. That's why you saw the rise of all these inspirational stories, puppy videos, things like that. So Gawker is basically doubling down on the one area where it's still okay to be snarky and where it's still profitable to be snarky, and that's politics.
You anticipate my next question. Lola, thanks to Twitter and Snapchat and all of these sites and a million blogs, it seems like gossip, snark, whatever you want to call it, is everywhere. So is there less of a market niche for it?
And snark is ubiquitous, and you can thank Gawker for that, well, in part for that. But also, to piggyback on what Amy was saying, people want to be liked. So they're concerned with their Instagram followers, their Twitter followers, their Facebook followers. And what is more likely to generate more likes, more followers, is posting or forwarding or making something that is perceived as nice go viral. There's not big business in people individually being seen as mean or as bullies.
The exception is with political coverage, political stories, because that's where you see people really forming these tribal identities on Facebook, where you will still see people getting into big fights with friends and relatives. And so I think that's something where, Gawker is not new to politics. Some of their bigger hits have been in the political realm. The Rob Ford story out of Toronto,
Ford,
the Craigslist congressman,
the crack smoking mayor, if not for Gawker.
That's right.
And aren't our lives more enhanced in politics,
for knowing about the crack smoking mayor?
Right. But Lola, what about the fact that there are, by my count, roughly 6 billion websites devoted to politics?
Yes, but the thing that Gawker has is name recognition, and there is a brand identity, and you understand that when you go to Gawker, you are going to get snark, but this time they're going to be laser focused on politics. So if you want more than just the facts, ma'am, and you want your politics with a heavy dose of snark, then you know to go to Gawker.
Now, Gawker says, it doesn't particularly like Hillary Clinton, but all the GOP candidates, Gawker said in its announcement, would be apocalyptically disastrous as president, especially Donald Trump. So we're looking here at a strong point of view.
So you know where they're coming from.
Right.
Yeah, Trump has been very good business for Gawker. I mean, if you just want an example of that, this is where snark lives these days. I mean, every time they write about Donald Trump, they have a new sobriquet to describe him. This week it's been, human dust ball, Donald Trump, Republican candidate, and pea-stained snow cone. I mean, they are treating him.
Somebody who made her living at this in the past.
But this is not. There are magazines that have made entire cottage industries of making fun of Donald Trump. I mean, there would be no Spy magazine if not for them calling him a short finger Bulgarian. So there's big business in making fun of Trump, and I'm sure Gawker figured that out, and they said they were going to jump into this business because,
so maybe Trump is the key to this.
Donald Trump is the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, then Gawker better help.
He's been giving for over.
Stays in this campaign. Just finally, Amy, again, you used to make your living at this. The fact that, do you think that gossip is just sort of transmuting into new forms, or do you really think maybe its era has peaked?
I think it's continuing to evolve on the web. People are still trying to figure out what's going to get the clicks. Certainly, though, political news, that's where a lot of this stuff lives. We got saturated with celebrity gossip. We needed to move on.
With social media, everybody can now be a professional gossip. Amy Argersinger, Lola Ogunaki, thanks very much for joining us. And next, we try something new, your questions from Facebook.